I'm Candy. Yes, that's actually my name. Multi-6-figure entrepreneur, business energetics, and personal branding mentor, and your permission slip to go way bigger than you've been told possible. This is not just some hot girl spiritual chats. This is big C energy. So buckle up because the vibe, all spice, no sugar. Let's get into it. Welcome back to another episode of the Don't Sugarcoat It podcast. Can you believe we're in episode 9 already? Oh my God. I just want to take a hot little minute at the beginning of this episode to really just send so much freaking love and gratitude for the amount of support that I've had around the podcast launch, all the shares, the likes, the comments, the follows, the feedback, everything. I have been seeing it all and it's made me so freaking proud. You know, I've wanted to create this podcast for quite a while. So finally getting it done and bringing these conversations to life has meant so much to me, and getting so much love and support from these last few episodes has meant the world. And I'm so freaking stoked with the amount of impressions and downloads, streams that I've gotten on Spotify. Oh my God. So you know the drill, all spice, no sugar. Let's get into it. On today's episode 9 of the Don't Sugarcoat It podcast, I'm going to share with you some spicy, I'm talking spicy, brutal content advice. So here's the thing, right? I built my business through content creation. That's where I started. And now I'm in a position where I help online female service providers scale their personal brand. And a lot of the time, my clients come to me confused on what the difference is between content creation and personal branding. So this episode is going to be all about explaining to you what content creation is versus what personal branding is, and giving some really fucking hard, I'm talking brutally honest feedback on your content. So you can implement these things, because at the end of the day, this is coming to you with so much love, so much genuine. Like, I'm here for you to win. I want you to win. I want you to make those sales. I want you to blow up on social media. I want you to build that business that you know is possible for you. And it all starts with brutal honesty. I don't know if you guys remembered an episode a few weeks ago where I was talking about, you know, who would you trust more? The friend who's honest and is telling you from a place of love, or the friend who, you know, sugarcoats it and just tells you what you want to hear. You want the friend, you know, I'm that friend for you on this episode, okay? I'm telling you what you need to hear about your content so you can build a scalable personal brand and really take your business from whatever it is right now. If you're getting $1,000 a month, if you're getting $5,000 a month, if you're getting $15K a month, we're going to 10x that, okay? This is what's possible when we take responsibility for where you're at. Like, I want you to meet yourself where you're at right now. And I want you to hear what I have to say. I want you to be like, okay, Candy, I hear you. I'm going to take responsibility for where I am, and I'm going to move the needle in my business. All right. So what I want you to do, I want you to get a pen and paper, because after this episode, I want you to analyze, okay, where am I, you know, sugarcoating it? Where am I playing small? Where am I just diluting the message that I'm here to create? And also, that's messaging. To what type of content am I just creating out of pressure? Is it aligned to my business? All right, we're going to get into that, okay? So I'm just going to go through a number of things. And I was creating this episode. I was like thinking about this episode on the drive here, and I was like, okay, how am I actually going to do this? I'm going to go like from, you know, bio to content to personal brand, but we're just going to rapid fire some brutal, honest truths right now, okay? So before we get into the brutal, honest truths, I want you to hear this message, okay? You can write it down. Right? Your content should be doing 3 things, right? Simple as that. Your content should be doing 3 things. It should be making people feel something. It should 2 be positioning you as the expert, and 3 telling them exactly what you stand for. So if you nail all 3 of these things in your content, you have a scalable personal brand. This is how you position your brand as the go-to in your industry. So what does that actually mean? Okay, so let's talk about making people feel something, okay? This is why I had the episode 3, I think it was, talking about not sugarcoating your content and not being vanilla, right? You want people to feel something, and for your clients and your audience to feel something, you need to be talking provocatively. You need to be sharing your honest truths. You need to be sharing what you truly believe in. And that's what creates polarizing content. That's what's really going to have people comment, engage, like, share, because they're like, yes, I agree with this. No, I don't, right? They want to feel ignited when they listen to your content. when they read your content, when they watch your content, okay? 2, position you as the expert. This is where like social proof comes in, authority, pieces like that. And the reality is, if you're not showing up with these social proof pieces of content, then you're just another like a scrollable personal brand. And the thing is, if I get onto your, like, number 3, telling them exactly what you stand for, if I come onto your page and within 5 seconds, if I have no idea who you are, what you stand for, you're scrollable. Like, you're scrollable. It's simple as that, right? And the brutal truth is, if I land on your page and I can't tell who you are or what you stand for in 10 seconds, your content is a scroll. And if I can't tell that, what do you think that means for your audience, right? If they're confused, they're not going to convert. If they don't know what you stand for, if you're not speaking loudly enough about what you actually do and what you help your clients with, you're not going to make sales. It's as simple as that. If you're posting motivational posts and really surface level pieces of content, you ain't going to make a sale. That's literally as simple as that. If you're posting because you should, not because your brand is leading the conversation, again, that's diluted messaging. That's sugarcoating things. If you're like, oh, I should do this because someone told me that I should post about this, or I should do this because this other person in my industry is talking about that, and you're creating content from a place of should, again, diluting the message. Magnetism, like flops. Your people can tell if you're just, forcing to create something rather than actually leading from a place of this is fully in alignment with what I'm talking about. The other thing is copying trends instead of creating your own vibe. Now, the reality is, I leverage trends to my advantage, but I don't make my entire social media presence all trends. I leverage what's trending and have it specifically directed to my point of difference, my content pillars, my industry. And that is helping, like, it's leveraging what's hot and what's trending at the moment in social media. And that is actually using the trends to your advantage. It's not about shitting on trends. It's about, okay, this is hot at the moment. I would be silly not to jump on this bandwagon because this is an opportunity for you to break out of like the 200, 300 view mark or 1,000, like whatever that percentage is that you're stuck at with your views. Trend, like jumping on a trend and making it really specific to your branding, then that's going to help you break out of, the jail that you're in. Another thing, if you're focused on output, not identity, again, all of your content is going to be saturated. If I come onto your account and like I see, you've posted hundreds of videos, but they're not creating conversions, this is not about posting more. It's actually about creating a refined message in your content so it speaks directly to your audience, not at them or not inspires them. This is all about speaking directly to them, having that emotional buy-in, having them feel like they're inside your brain. If you're posting daily, it doesn't matter if your content has no soul. If you're posting every single day and if you're not getting bites, if you're not creating conversions, we have a problem, okay? Posting more is not going to fix that problem, right? I'm all here for consistency, but it's consistency in not the frequency of how often you post, but it's the consistency of your messaging, of what you stand for, of what solution and thing you're helping your audience with. If that is fluctuating, if you're talking about relationship advice over here and then you're talking about personal development, if you're talking about mindset and then you're talking about your recipe for healthy eating, it's confusing and people are like, hang on a minute, are you a mindset coach? Are you a health and fitness coach? Are you an embodiment coach? What? I'm so confused right now what you're talking about, right? So it doesn't matter if you're consistent. It matters if you're consistent and cohesive in your messaging. Here's a good one I want to talk to you about. If your visuals, voice, and values do not match, your brain is confusing as fuck, not magnetic, all right? Visuals are great, okay? But it's not all about your visuals. Because if you look good, but it makes no sense, same thing. There's no you in that, right? If your entire social media presence is Canva covers and Pinterest posts, where is the depth? Where is the essence? There is none. So that's obviously why you are struggling to convert with your content, because you're just using templates or you're using other people's ideas. There is no you. There is no essence in that, right? There's no depth. Your voice, if the reality is, like, if you're not posting face to cam, no one's going to trust you because they don't know what you sound like. And that might sound silly, but the reality is, it's like going on a blind date. You feel anxious. You don't trust that person because you've never talked to them before. You've just like seen a photo of them and you're like, oh my God, what, imagine like just, I know that some people do this, but we don't do this in building a personal brand, all right? A scalable personal brand. If you want a multi-6-figure personal brand, we are not doing this. Some people, they like to go on Tinder and, I don't know what the other dating apps are. Tinder, whatever, let's just roll with that. And, it'd be like seeing a photo and just going and fucking them, right? There's no depth there. There's no connection. The possibility of that turning into a lifelong partnership is probably pretty low. All right. We're not here for a quick fuck. We're here for long-term building partnership, building relationships, building connection, okay? This is not a Tinder date. We want to really build create a connection with our audience, because when they trust you, they're going to convert. All right. So no more Tinder dates, no more like one night stands. Start posting, sharing your voice, sharing how you actually talk to someone, not just like, I want you to imagine when you're filming yourself that you're talking to your bestie or you're talking to your client. It's not actually just about, putting on this persona online. It's actually sharing how you are on a day-to-day. That's what building a personal brand is. And the reality is, if you're not sharing your voice, you are losing so many leads, so many clients, so many people through not sharing your voice. It's as simple as that. The next thing is values. If you're saying one thing and doing the other thing, you're out of integrity. All right, here's something that I really want to fucking dial in. If you're putting in your bio that you are the leading coach in your industry and you have 400 followers, do you really think that actually speaks to what you're talking about? If you're putting in your bio millionaire manifestor and you haven't even hit your first 10K month, do you really think that's in integrity? I really want to just, I'm actually going to say I'm fucking sick of people putting things in their bio that are out of integrity of what they actually are and where they are in their business. Because that's what's creating so much stigma and throwing so much shade on the coaching industry, is people making claims that are out of integrity to where they are in their business. And it's really dampens the coaching industry, and that's what makes it harder for other coaches who are coming into the industry to build a strong personal brand, because there are people out there making false claims, saying things that are out of integrity, or being like, I'm manifesting this, therefore I'm a 6-figure coach. No, meet yourself where you're at. It's okay to be a beginner, okay? And I want you, this is something that I was teaching my one-on-one clients the other day, who is an early entrepreneur. She's just finished her embodiment and somatic coaching certificates, and now she's bringing that online, building her business online. And she said to me, Candy, I'm really struggling with sharing, I don't want to make false claims. Like, how do I show social proof and authority when I haven't really had heaps of client testimonials yet? And I said to her, babe, remember that where you are right now and the knowledge that you have right now, it's 10% more than the person who you're going to work with, right? All you need to have is 5 to 10% more knowledge than your client for them to get value out of you. You don't have to be this elaborate multi-6-figure business coach entrepreneur to make sales and to get clients through your content. You just need to deliver a cohesive brand, a cohesive message in your content that's congruent with what transformation you are delivering to your client, and they will see that you are already ahead of them. And that is enough value, that is enough knowledge, that is enough wisdom that you need to be of value to them and for them to see you as your coach. right? So it's not about showing up and being like, I'm so successful, I'm, hitting 10K months. Like, yeah, we're working towards that right now. And also, let's meet you where you're at. Because your clients, the clients that you do attract, they're going to be past versions of you. And right now, if you were to speak into the 6-figure coach and speak like her and, talk as if you've got testimonials as her, they're potentially going to see you as too far away. And you're actually losing them because you're out of integrity. So if you have something, if you're talking about something in your content, if you've got something in your bio saying that you are a millionaire manifestor, if you're a money magnet and you haven't yet done 10K in your month, if you're the leading manifestation coach in your industry, if in Australia, if you are, a business coach and not yet coached other clients, stop saying that you are those things and actually meet yourself where you are and having integrity with your personal brand. That is where values come in, because what you're doing behind the scenes need to marry what you do in front of the scenes, all right? And it's hurting. This is what hurts and dampens the coaching and the entrepreneurial industry, is these people that are positioning themselves out of integrity. I'm all here for the fucking delusional vision, and you can hold that vision internally, but if you haven't yet done that thing, do not put that and sell that to your clients, because that is out of integrity. And that's going to come around and, pretty much not put you in a great position, okay? The other thing that I want to say is, oh my God, stop hiding behind cute Canva carousels. Another thing, I love the whole branding element and I'm all here for aesthetics, but it's time to say something that actually moves people. I've said this many times. I'm like, if you are not on the edge of your seat to share a post because you think it's provocative, then you're not being polarizing enough. When I shared episode 5 about spiritual people and being broke, I was on the edge of my seat when I posted that. I remember waking up the morning of that it went live, and I felt sick, and I literally said to my partner, I was like, oh my God, I'm so nervous about today's episode. And the reality is, I had a huge influx of people being like, oh my God, yes, this is so good. Finally, someone talking about this. Oh my God, I never thought of it that way. This is so true, right? That's why it's so important to put yourself on the edge of your seat with your content. What's another? Your brand doesn't need to be polished. It needs to be felt. Okay, that's pretty plain and simple. Progress over perfection. It does not need to be polished, because the longer that you sit in this polished energy, you're putting off actually posting the content, and you're putting off actually making the clients. Like, think of the domino effect, right? And the more that you post, the better you're going to get. You're going to get faster at things quicker, but the more you post, right? Instead of sitting in, oh my God, it's not perfect yet. The messaging isn't perfect. The graphic isn't perfect. It's not aligned to it's not aesthetic enough, right? We can come back to that, okay? Another thing that I really want to speak into, oh my God, this does my head in. Is people using CapCut templates, and it's like way over edited and cinematic, and it's so fake. It's so fake. Like, I love CapCut. I edit a lot of my content in CapCut, and sometimes I use templates to get bits and pieces to create my own video. Like, I love creating long form content, and I use CapCut templates to assist in my content creation process. But to use it specifically to then just literally go copy paste and post onto Instagram with like the random backing music, it's so obvious that you didn't create it. And it just looks so out of place. And especially with where social media is going right now, it's shifting away from the fancy elaborate edits into the more simplistic day-to-day things. Why? Because that is what's creating connection. That's what personal branding is about, is creating connection with the audience. They want to feel soft, they want to feel connected, they want to feel open to you. And when you're using CapCut and it just looks so out of place in your feed, you're using these fancy templates, it's dampening your message and your authority, and it looks tacky. And it looks tacky, okay? So stop with the over-edited CapCut videos. Enough. Enough is enough, all right? Oh my God, another thing, GIFs. I feel like this is a baby boomer things, and I am sending so much love to my baby boomer clients, or whatever that gen is that's under baby boomers. I can't remember what it is. You can tell the older generation loves adding GIFs to their content. Enough of it. Enough is enough. We're done with the GIFs. The era is gone. I love sending a GIF here and there in my DMs with my clients, but not on Reels, okay? Not on Reels. Not on your posts. Let's just leave that one to the DM, shall we? And another thing is your caption location of your reel, okay? Can we just bring it back to the simples and just put it in the center? And instead of it being like, it's so much easier to just put things in the center rather than up really high where it gets cut off, or too big where you can't see it. This is a reminder for you to just make it simple. Make it simple. Put the caption, I'm talking about the on-screen text of the reel. Simple, put it in the middle. All right, black and white. Doesn't need to be fancy colors. All right. There is a whole thing around using specific colors to elicit a specific emotion, and that's great if it's kind of in alignment with your brand identity. But the thing is, again, overconsumption with social media. So many people are overconsumed by all the elaborate movements. We just want to bring it back to the basics, and your delivery, the emotion, the shift in your content comes from the polarizing content itself. What is the message in that? So again, making it short, simple, no GIFs, caption in the middle, black and white text, okay? Simple, what's the saying? Simple, stupid, I don't know. Just simple and great. Okay, one more thing. Okay, what else do I have in here? Because I wrote down a whole list of things where I was like, I just really want to deliver some fucking hot, honest and brutal content creation advice. I actually think I've covered everything that I wanted to speak about. Oh, actually, no. Your captions, all right? This is kind of different, I guess, but captions, guys, make them simple, all right? I don't want big, chunky captions. I'm not reading that. Your audience isn't reading that. If you can refine your captions, and whether this is an on-screen carousel with words, all right? The less is better. Less is better. If you can, the shortest amount of words that you can put on the screen to deliver the message, it's going to create clarity in your messaging instead of overwhelm, right? If there's too many words on the screen, again, people get overwhelmed. They're not going to fucking read it. So shortening the words, shortening your paragraphs, simple. The more simple, less is more. That's saying less is more. Is there anything else? Brain, is there any other content advice that I would love to do or that gives me the ick? Oh, an ick is people posting like photos that are horizontal and they've got the black banner around on their reels. I'm like, oh, enough is enough. Enough is enough. And another thing for face to cam reels, guys, cut out the ums and the ahs, okay? I don't want you to take 5 minutes to get to the point. Just jump on, especially even on your lives, jump on your lives, get straight to the point, deliver the message that you're here to deliver. No more ums and ahs, no more, oh my God, guys, what's up? I'm going to wait 5 minutes before I speak about the topic. But people have already swiped off, okay? People have already swiped off. Let's just deliver straight to the point, make it crystal clear, tell the people what you have to tell them. The faster that you can deliver a message, the more potent it's going to be, the more people are going to listen, the more people are going to convert. It's as simple as that. All right. I love talking about this topic, and I'm so here for the brutal. And to be honest, I feel like that hasn't even been brutal. Let's just be honest. Brutal. Should I be more brutal? I don't know. But if this woke you up, good. If this woke you up, Good, fucking good. Because the people who are building magnetic brands in 2025, they ain't playing cute, all right? They are delivering what the people need to hear. They're owning it with every single post and every story and every launch. And that's what I teach inside my world. Follow this podcast, share this episode. Let's make it iconic. Guys, if you haven't already seen, I'm running a free event, and all you need to do is go onto Instagram, Instagram, DM me the word tour, and I'm going to send you the link to the details. I put them in the show notes below. But what I want you to take away, so in the next 30 seconds, I want you to listen in. All right, hear me out. Your content is what people see. Your brand is what they feel, and if they don't feel you, they will not buy from you. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Your content is what people see. So I want you to think as your content as the vehicle to building a personal brand. Your brand is what people feel when they watch your content. And if they do not feel you, they will not buy from you. When these two align, when you express in your content and your brand becomes the identity behind it, when these two align, that is when your DMs will start to blow up. There is no in between, okay? Your content is currently repelling or attracting. There is no in between. When you align these two and create a cohesive message, brand identity, and position yourself as the person in the industry for clients to go to, that's when everything shifts. That's when you become iconic. That's when you scale your brand easily and effortlessly through your content. All right, I'm going to love you guys and leave you. If you want to get a ticket to my event, it is coming up so soon. It is free, $0. I'm literally going to teach you how to marry business energetics, content creation mastery, and sales strategy to build a scalable multi-6-figure business. DM me tour on Instagram. I'm going to send you the information. With all the love, I will see you in the next episode. Mwah.